All right, mamas, so today we are talking about dividing household tasks. And often I get asked about this in terms of kids and what to do with them that way, but I could do a million different videos, and I will one day, about the different ages. But for now, we're focusing on dividing household tasks in terms of if you've got older kids for sure, but mostly within you and your partner if you've got one at home. So that's the example that I'll use today. My name is Tasha. If I haven't met you yet, I help busy moms create calm lives that they love with establishing self-care, cleansing their environments, and increasing productivity. So I'm so pumped to talk about this. And before I jump into it, I want to talk about why I'm sharing this video. So from a bit of a personal perspective, when I had Rocky, my first daughter, I loved every minute of it. I was absolutely connected to her, but I really had a hard time postpartum with anxiety. So depression didn't creep in as much, but anxiety did, and worrying how I was going to do it all. Frustration came into my life with myself, with my partner. It wasn't pretty. I remember, like, full on, being honest here, one morning, I've told a couple people this, now the whole world, I remember asking my partner, bless him, because he works so hard and he remembers usually everything, but I wanted him to take out the garbage because in the beginning that was overwhelming for me. Like, we had a dog that often, two dogs at the time, that often escaped when I opened the door. The baby was inside the house. I was just worried in the beginning, early days, and then I just couldn't fathom, like, walking down our long driveway and putting out the recycling and the garbage. Like, that was too much for me. And whether it's recycling or the garbage for you, it could be something, and that's okay. It's not always going to be the case, but what I want you to do is not sit there. Realize that that's happening, but don't let yourself sit there. Let's develop a mechanism so that you can still live your life and, you know, be a little bit more calm as that's happening. So dividing household tasks is one of my favorite things, maybe not Corey's. So make, like, if you're partners are like totally into sandwiches or food or something, make them a snack. Be like, I'm gonna get you a drink, let's just chat for 5 minutes. So I am aware that that might be one of your first challenges. However, I'm putting a disclaimer here. When I talk about household tasks, it needs to be done with love for yourself when you're doing them, and then also ensuring that your partner is doing whatever they want with love. Because if it's like, oh, fine, I'll take out the garbage, like, might as well not take it out. Like, that's not a good environment for yourself. You're creating that habit of just not enjoying that action. It's just, bleh, it's terrible. So what I want you to do is do it with love. That's my first disclaimer. And my second one is be okay if something doesn't get done. I swear to you, I power washed our garbage because there were 3 weeks where I was like, I'm just not putting it out. I don't care if the neighbors say something. I also, on the flip side of that, this is like one of my biggest examples that I give to my clients is garbage recycling and compost. You can tell what made me the most worried when I was postpartum. On the flip side of that, bringing in the garbage, sometimes, if it would go out on the Monday, wouldn't come in from the end of our driveway till Friday. I don't care. That's not imperative in my life right now. Worried about what my neighbors are going to think. Yes, I'm busy. It's not imperative in my life. Get it out of my energy and my sight. So it just wasn't a worry to me. So maybe that's different for you, but identifying that is what's really important. So here we go. Step 1, sitting down with your partner after you've communicated to them that this is what's going on and that this is important. So the why. And yes, I realize that this is going to be so different in every relationship, but like, hey honey, I've realized that I'm a little bit PO'd or triggered, whatever word you want, when this happens, and I really want to, you know, put a plan in place so that it's not impacting us, so that we're a little bit happier, whatever it might be. Just be honest, be yourself. Let them know that you need to sit down and communicate a couple things, put a plan in place, and go from there. Number 2, I want you to identify what matters, what makes you feel really good about your house, and what makes you feel calm about your home. It could be 1 to 3 things. I just want you to start small. So for instance, I have a really good friend that talks about her partner loving the fact that the bed is made. I haven't told her I'm going to share this, so I'm not sharing her name. And I was like, yeah, I know it sucks if it's not, like, that you don't give at all, you don't care at all, but maybe that's the one thing where, like, if it's made, he walks in and he's like, my family, the bed is made, like I'll make dinner, you sit back and relax, and you're like, whoa, what's happening? So maybe that's the one thing that is like super fueling the heart cup. So I want you to both decide what that is for each of you. And of course, the list can be long, it doesn't matter. I'm just starting small here, 1 to 3 things. Number 3, what do you enjoy doing? So you might love that the bed is made, but you might hate making it. And then maybe that's the same thing for your partner. So maybe there's something there that you can kind of trade off. I actually really love doing laundry. I don't mind doing that. So, I mean, that's something that I've kind of taken on. And I think that's really important, is to figure out what you love doing and what makes you feel the best. And maybe there's a trade-off there. Now, I'm just going to pause. The reason why I'm talking about this again is not to be like, no, like, it's your week, you're taking out the garbage, I am not doing it, it's not on my list of responsibilities, because you can still do something like that with love. In fact, you'll want to do more of that kind of stuff with this kind of exercise as time goes on. But what I'm trying to say is that it's really important to make that clear between the both of you, because it's out of your head. You're not going to take the chance that on a day where you're feeling really low energy, you're nagging or you're feeling triggered by something, saying like, why didn't you take the garbage out, or why isn't the laundry done, or whatever. You're enjoying doing that thing with love. If it doesn't happen, you also need to be okay with it, but at least it's clear that each of you is responsible for something, and maybe together you're also responsible for something. But it means that on a weekly basis, you don't need to, okay, I'm all about communication, but you don't need to talk on a weekly basis about like, remember tomorrow's garbage. Leave it out of your head. Leave it out of your head and your heart. And honestly, as you practice this on a consistent basis, you will start to realize that it's lifted off your shoulders. So, number 4 is, what do you believe needs to happen on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis? So this is going to be a long list. So it might be something like the eaves troughs, or cutting the grass, or like bigger things. You can tell I don't do the outside housework. So things that are a little bit bigger, and this list can be long, like things that, you know, we have a well here at home, so we're replacing the UV light, like things like that that you want out of your head. And on paper, this list is going to be a little bit longer. So things that happen less frequently, but you still want to keep track of them. Okay? 5, you're going to assign responsibilities. And I am so flippin' excited. I wish I could totally swear on these videos, but I try not to. Because I've got a freebie to help you figure all of this out. And honestly, ours is on our fridge. And it's just so nice because it helps us like understand. It just helps make everything more clear. There's no blame though. There's also no like, well, your name's beside like, you know, cleaning the bathroom and you haven't done it, but you're not doing that. But you're also not putting any pressure on yourself or your partner to tell them and remind them that it's something that needs to get done if you're not doing it yourself either. Because the responsibility is clear there, if that makes sense. So I am so excited. I've got a link for you below to the Busy Mom Simple Living template pack. And within that pack, there's a household template, household task template. And so you can take it down. You can do it yourself first if you'd like to kind of get a head start and sit with, you know, your family at home and just get that done and make it fun. Like if it's for kids, then you can also, you know, highlight their names with different colors. You can focus on those couple that you identify that you love doing and that make you feel really great about your home first, and then the other stuff goes on the important list. So I hope that you love that template. Again, you can get at the link below, but please let me know maybe what your favorite task is that you love doing in the house, or your most favorite thing that you love that's done in the house if someone would do it for you. So it's all about just clearing the land, planning it out, and being consistent with some daily, weekly, and monthly actions to help you just declutter your mind and get that stuff done so you can have more time for the things that you love. So I will see you guys next week. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye for now.